Shortest streamer with the hearts of thank you, Dan. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We are ready for chaos. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oof, that's a nasty drop on this one. Good demand zone though. I know, Brad. I know, right? I know. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. A lot of these names that looked really good coming into the open look very suspicious now. Right? A lot of those names look very suspicious. But we'll see. We shall see what happens when they actually open. Yeah, because you guys were roasting my shirts. Unbelievable. Empress, you guys were roasting my shirts. So, might as well wear a different shirt now. Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Hey, we have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. There's really no need to go over these stocks but now because they all look a bit suspicious. In terms of like favorites, honestly, I think a name like ORBS. I like this one if it can stay above that demand zone, stay above that bottom. So the closer you get to $1, the better. Alrighty, so I do like this one. I think this one's closer to the top of the list. ATPC, if this thing can stay above $5 or simply just stay above the 200 EA bit, that's not too bad. Right, HIMX X, not the same as like the HIM S. This is like HIMX with an X. So this one has a connection to NVDA. That's why the big run there. But let's see if it can kind of hold above 1150. Rhyme had looked really nice, but then ended up getting slapped, though. It is holding a golden pocket, though. RIME. So that doesn't look horrible. And then this one's been pushing into the open too, which is nice. So CDXS. That was a good breakout. Really, really good breakout at the bottom there. Explosion. Less than a minute to go, guys. What's your favorite stock going into the open? What's your favorite stock? What is your favorite stock going into the open? Let me know. Here is the open. So let's see if this one can hold that $1. Alrighty. See if we can stay above $1. TPET, GME, RBNE. Yeah. Yeah, too bad the 200 EMA is all the way down there too, though. It would have been nice if the 200 EMA was close. You know? Okay. We shall see. We shall see. Okay. Okay, keep dropping, keep dropping, keep dropping. Yeah, I like it. Okay, there we go. Let's go, Robs. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so a lot of these names look a bit suspicious. This one's done really well, though. CDXS. That's a really good breakout as well on this thing. Sheesh, that's a nice pump. Really, really, really. Oh, that thing is on fire. You're gonna have a bit of resistance at $2.10 though, so just keep that in mind. SAFX, that was another one from yesterday that we played with. It looks good too. ATPC is doing a good job of holding that $5 area though, which is good. So if it can stay above that 200 EMA and break the downtrend, it might be back in business. Let's see if it can stay above though. Righty, ORBS really needs to kind of find a way to stay above and consolidate around this area. If it does, that would be good. Alrighty, that would be good. And then we can go from there. So let's see if it can hold this area. I don't mind it in this area, especially if we can, stay above that 200 EMA and the golden pocket there. That would be good. So ORBS, let's see if we can find a base. And you, like I said, you're gonna have some resistance here, $2.10 for CDXS. HIMS is still looking a bit suspicious, even though it's curling off one of those FIP levels. ATPC is really trying to break out of the downtrend, so nice hold of $5 for now. That's good. And some of the other names are still trying to decide what they want to do. Rhyme is also trying to hold the $1.30 range. Let's see if it actually can. See if it actually can. There's so many random pops, which honestly to be expected, but still, it would be nice to see some, you know, yeah, a lot of these oil names are moving up. So BATL, INDO, TPET, they're all trying to move up. Trump is saying that when the price of oil goes up, we make lots of money, which is true. We knew that already. We talked about that yesterday, right? Like, as much as the price of oil affects like everyday people, the U.S. exports oil, so when the price goes up, they make monies. They make monies. So we shall see. CDXS is still looking okay here, even though it's below 210. Even though it's below the 210. For some reason, this one's having such a hard time getting back above $1. Some reason, which is a bit suspicious. But let's see if we can curl here. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah. So let's see if we can stay above the bottom. Then we might come back down for a bit of a demand zone test, or just to create a demand zone. We'll see if that happens for ORBS. Alrighty. So let's see. We're still struggling with that 210 again. That's really not a surprise, especially at the open like this. So let's see if we can stay above that 9 EMA and go from there. See if we can stay above the 9 EMA and go from there. Alrighty. HIMS is still looking, like I said, still looks a bit suspicious. So again, typical morning, right? He ignores me too. It's the open. I'm not gonna pay attention to you guys. I'm not gonna pay attention to you guys at the open. Yeah. Sorry. What did Rob say? Unbelievable. Roy, how do you access it? Let me get you a link to join us in Discord. Ready? Invite. Okay, so your link is at the bottom of the chat. So click the link and follow the steps in the Getting Started channel. Alrighty, Ayong? Welcome, 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 welcome. Speaking of war, though, I do have something for Rob. So, I'll save it a little bit. I'll save it a little bit. Don't you worry though. Yeah. Okay, so we're still getting drops on a lot of these names. Yeah, no. Again, if you're still holding RAM, just make sure that bottom around the 30 cents, hold. Alrighty. Just make sure it can stay above that bottom. If it stays, then that's okay. We are consolidating a little bit, but that thing needs, it actually needs the volume to curl to the upside. You can tell that it's trying, but every time it pops, there's a lot of selling that comes in for some reason. So just make sure you have a plan on that position, please. Lit, yeah. Rob says, nope, I don't want it. You don't have a choice. ATPC still looking okay because it is holding that, that $5 area. So if it can curl and stay above the downtrend, that would be a really good thing. So let's see if it does. Um, I need to pull up some of these oil names too because the price of oil is going up. All right, like the TPET is looking good, looking better, right? BATL. There was an alert for INDU as well, so we might need to take a look at that at some point too. So, but yeah, TPET looks good. It broke out in pre-market. Well, it dipped and then broke out. So above the $1.70. The downside to this though is like it's not that big of a move. So we care less now. Like that breakout is 9 cents, so it's not really a huge deal. But still looking promising though. Some contents, unbelievable. Unbelievable, Dan. Unbelievable is all I have to say. Do, do. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. I think I see what you did there, Rob, with the addition. That's cool. I see what you did there. Do, 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 do. So yeah, there is that retest to create that demand zone as expected for ORBS, right? So like ORBS really needs to start bouncing like now off this level, right? It needs to really, really, really hold that area there if it wants to push. As I was watching Rob was great last night. Yes, I was watching the stream. Rob was on last night, guys, and I came on. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what they were doing. I don't want to judge, but this is what I saw. I don't want to judge. I don't know what happened. I don't know anything. But this, when I came on the stream, that's what. Anyways, I'll show you guys again later. I don't want to judge though. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying those. All I'm saying is when I came on, when I came on, I don't know what I saw, but some things were going on. I just left the stream because I didn't want to be a part of, you know. Anyways, I'm just gonna mind my own business. Oh, I'm not saying anything. Just oh my days. Ah. Do, 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 do. Jack, you were there too, right? You were there. See, I'm not the only one. But I don't want to. I don't want to judge. I don't want to say anything. We're just gonna mind our own business. Roma. Okay, Roma with the pop, but just not enough volume there, though. it is trying to break out, just not enough volume. Good dip to 190 on CDXS. Good dip. Yeah, maybe that's part of the reason why it's not, not really moving as we want it to, which is okay. The bottom level was nice. It just doesn't have the volume to the upside. It is really early still though in the day, so yeah. Tim, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just, anyways. Good morning, Raven. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Uh there goes ATPC. So that thing finally curled up the bottom there. Finally. So it took a while for that thing to consolidate, but it's back to the 200 EMA, right? So back to the 200 EMA there, which is not a bad thing. So if it can close above that 200 EMA, it might be back to business. Eight. Okay, there we go. So it broke above the view app. It just needs to close above it, and then $6 is your next potential target there. That was a good base though for ATPC. Good base. As much as ORBS is playing games, it's still holding the bottom of the range, right? It's playing a lot of games, but it's holding that level, right? So we pick a good level. It's just again the volume is the problem. $6 in profits. I know, Yogi. Like it's ridiculous, isn't it? So yeah, it looked very good though early this morning. So testing the 200 EMA there in the golden pocket, like that's a good area, and it shows that it's a good area. But the like we can't predict what comes after that, right? Yeah. So question is, the pivot not usually should be the same way you put your line on the chart? The pivot, what do you mean? Not necessarily. You can, right? You mean like this line up here? Yeah, you definitely can. The pivot is a really good tool to use for that. So you definitely can. There's nothing wrong with that. Alrighty. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Roma, again, low volume, but it's slowly pushing up. Slowly, and there goes SXTP. There goes SXTP. TPET. Yeah, at least it broke above $1.80 this time. So that's not a bad push. Again, with the price of oil going up, these names might actually creep up and do good today. Hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah. An ice cream cone. These days with inflation, you might not even get the ice cream with it. There goes $6, guys, for ATPC. So ATPC did look interesting in pre-market. Right? Like it looked like it just wanted to do some things. It just couldn't find that base. The pre-market high was that's 640 ish. And then yeah, 620. Yeah, sometimes you just have to be really patient so those names can really, find the base. Uh, anyone in the room that can translate the pivot multiple crosses thing? What do you mean pivot multiple crosses, Chris? What do you mean? Yeah, HIMS is also retesting the VWAP here, so see if it can break above. Yeah, this one got rejected hard, but that resistance was there at 210, right? Especially when it's running like that into the open, they tend to like want to sell off at some point, and it doesn't really look like it's finding a base yet. So, don't look for trouble because you will find it. You know? Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, that Pyro, very good scalp. Yeah, again, especially coming into the open now and consolidating, that was really nice. And really good exit too, right at the supply zone with the golden candle, right? So well done, excellent. Yeah, it's really just playing with that level at the bottom there, like you guys mentioned. I think the float is the problem with this one, right? So people look at that and they're like, mm, yeah, that might not be able to. Yeah, Sham, you're not wrong. Pizza, good morning, pizza. Good morning, good morning. I was telling the chat, yeah, we were watching the stream last night with Rob on. I don't know what they were doing on that stream. We didn't judge because we don't judge, We just mind our own business. To each their own. But when we came on that stream, everybody was excited. We don't know why they were excited though, right? But something was going on that. I don't know what was going on, but I don't know if it became hot trades at night, hot trades X after dark, OnlyFans with Rob and crew. I don't know what happened, but something was happening. But we're not gonna judge those. So just anyways. Ah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Willie. Exactly. But anyways, Roma is really doing well with like low volume, super super low volume, but the candles are slowly moving up. Yeah. uh, yep, yep. Uh, yeah, he loved Vegas too much. I think so. I think so, Raven. I think so. Uh, yeah, no. So we need So that's a retest for ATPC, a retest of the VWAP. If it can stay above that breakout spawn, then ATPC might be really, really good still. So I like what it's doing now, right? We were obviously paying attention to this in pre-market, but it failed at the VWAP and then it just had to come back down and consolidate. So longer consolidation of $5, looking way better now, ATPC, right? Even Orbs is being annoying, but it's still holding kind of the same range we talked about, right? So those two stocks we like, they're just being annoying. There we go, 620, right? So on ATPC. Love it. Love it. Uh, s- there we go. So 626, looking very nice. See if we can stay above that level. 626 again. Type yes in the chat if you're holding ATPC. Rob was here, Dad, and then he disappeared. He disappeared. He ran like oh my days. Let's go, Greg. Love it. Love it. Yeah, so just be mindful. You're in a supply zone, right? You're in a supply zone playing with double tops right now from pre-market. So just keep that in mind if you're in ATPC, right? We obviously would want to see that thing push like closer to the actual double top, but you're in that supply zone, so anything can happen at any time. So Fidelity doesn't, Brent. Yeah, I don't honestly. Sometimes I don't understand these restrictions, but yeah. What is a good buy for Roma? Maybe closer to the maybe so closer to 650 there if it can consolidate. Alrighty, like it's testing that 650, but I think you kind of need it to consolidate. You can kind of see like there's a mini bounce already, but it's not really consolidating yet. So give it time to actually find a base. If not, you might be looking for the uptrend. Cool. Yeah, Orbs is really fighting here. Really fighting up the 200 and the golden pocket. Now creating a demand zone as well. So, uh, but obviously just not enough volume to actually push it up. uh, to pay a professional to make a video. Damn. Oh my days. Ah, ah. Rob was making videos last night, him and Dan. Don't worry. And Thorn. Here we go again. Come on, ATPC. You can do it. You can break out. You can break out. You can break out. Ah, Rob was having a very nice morning. Very nice morning. Rob. Yes, yes. Anyways. Yeah, see, this is marketing for Rob. Marketing. Now, tonight, you're going to have more views, Rob. Just watch. I don't know if Rob's streaming tonight, though. Maybe Friday. Yeah, this supply zone is becoming a bit of a problem for this one here. Just can't seem to break out of there. There goes Roma. Roma said, thank you very much. 1050, 650, and then pop. So no luxury of consolidation, but it popped off the 650 level. Yeah. Rob says, oh, I am. Ah, Rob, I thought you weren't supposed to be streaming on Thursdays. Now you are streaming on Thursdays. I got some new content. Ah. Oh my days. Unbelievable. Hmm. Virus says I will be there. Ah. Anyways, come on now, give us a breakout ATPC. So we seem to be hitting, against 630 and then failing, and then 630 and then failing. So that level needs to be broken, it seems. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, you can do it. Come on, ATPC. If you were on that stream last night and you saw what you saw what I saw, you'd be breaking out. Did you see it? You saw it. Come on, break 630. Stop playing around. It's like, yes, I saw it, and I'm gonna break 630. It's just hitting 630 and failing over and over again. There we go again. Yeah, just be mindful when it's stalling like this, guys. Just make sure you have a good plan, please. Alrighty, when it's stalling like that constantly, just make sure you have a good plan there, please. If it can break out, that would be nice, really, really nice, because the volume is gonna kick in. But it's been sitting here for quite a few minutes and failing at 630. So you don't want to just sit there and pray, because this is what happens. It ends up dropping because people panic sell. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Right? So yeah, when it's stalling like that, especially in the red zone, and it's a double top potentially, you don't want to just sit there and stare at your position. Right? Maybe this is just a healthy retest again of the VWAP, and then we go back up. Right? Potential cup and handle. Yeah, but you don't want to just sit there and watch stuff. Look at Roma. Roma said that 650 was nice. That was a really good pop actually off 650. A really, really good push off 650. Yeah. Yesterday we played with it. Not today though. Roma's halted up, guys. Yeah, the Roma tomato is halted up. Dang, that 650 was actually a nice level. I wish it consolidated there, but it just said nope. Thanks for coming. Did anybody get into Roma? Anybody? Yeah. Anybody get into Roma? Ah. Let me see. Uh, what is that? Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, so this might just be a retest of the VWAP on this one here, which is okay if it can stay above it. Yeah, you wish you got in. I know. Yeah, that was a good test. It just didn't hold for very long to consolidate. Yeah, how's it looking? It's still the same. I think the float here has become a problem, right? So if you're still in this position, you want to make sure you have a stop loss right below that level. Alrighty. And for ATPC, it would be nice to see a curl, a cup and handle. Yeah. Ayo, Mindy. Ayo, ayo. Yeah, that was a pretty good push though, right? But I think that resistance was quite obvious, especially again since it failed there in pre-market. So at this point, you want to see a cup and handle and just stay above the VWAP, and then we can go from there. So that this looks good still to me if we can get a cup and handle. Right, watch that VWAP for support though. Alrighty. At some point in the same stream, guys, we were like I came back on and Rob wasn't on. I don't know why he left the stream. I came back and he wasn't on the stream. So I'm like, okay, what's this guy doing? What's going on this stream? The first time I came on, he was wearing some, whatever he was wearing. And then I'm like, okay, maybe he went to get some food, some, something, right? I'm like, okay, let me wait a second, see what happens, right? And then all of a sudden Rob walks back. Oh my days. He walked back and then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know what happened last night, but he came back. Oh my goodness. You will not believe your eyes. I could not believe my eyes when he came back. Oh my goodness. I thought anyways. But I'm not going to judge. I'm just going to mind my own business. Just going to mind my own business. Uh, I'm not judging. I'm just just I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? Red, I don't know what was going on, but anyways. Uh, so we're finally retesting that view app now for ATPC. Orbs is being really annoying with that bottom. Really annoying with the bottoms there. And then Roma is still halted up. Halted up. The volume on this is slowly picking up though. At the very least, it's double the average volume now. So that's not horrible. in the same city as Rob, he might fly to. I know, CM. I know. Ah. Okay, so this would be a good level if this thing could, So initially we had a hard time breaking above the VWAP, right? So if that thing can find a way to consolidate and curl off that level, and then we potentially get that cup and handle. Mm. uh, where's that T-shirt? What T-shirt? Roma's unhalted, and still in that same area. When the volume is a bit suspicious, even though it's double, the volume is still a bit suspicious. Right? So just be careful. See if it can break above that halt price. It looks like it wants to. Looks like it wants to, but again, 780 is acting as a bit of resistance there. Yeah, we'll see if it breaks out. Right. So again, I think what we really want to see here, those ATPC give us a curl up the VWAP just to create that cup and handle and then push back up. Yeah. Pola Roma. In ORBS, yeah, it's just again, I think that float has become a problem, and also now it's below the 200 EMA. So, like I said, though, make sure you have a really tight stop loss in this range. It's not that big of a loss if you do take a loss, right, Brad? Um, unless you got in way early and you just didn't use a stop loss, which I think you might have. Right? Oh yeah, I think you might have gotten at like $1.16 or something like that. So really, really important though, Brad, that when you get into a position, you know what your max loss is supposed to be, right? So for now, you really needed to stay above this bottom here. Really, really needed to hold that level. We haven't talked about HIMS a whole lot. HIMX, but it looks like it's holding that 10, 11, 11, 20 area. Looks like it is holding. Roma just keeps flying. So Roma says, "Hey guys, yeah, flying." It's halted up again at 857. Halted up again. Type yes in the chat if you're holding Roma. Type yes if you are actually no. It's not halted. That's a bit of a glitch on my end. Yeah, so it looks like Roma's stealing a bit of volume away from all the other names now too. It's a really nice breakout. Eric. No, we were talking about Velo from like 8, 9, 10, 11, right? So I don't think anybody's what's Velo doing? Right? Like look at Velo go. So Velo is fine. I don't right? Velo is a swing play, right? It's a SpaceX play, right? So I like what it's doing. No. The other one, this one's a different one. Yeah, yeah. The other one has an S. This one's an X. So we're basically back to the highs now for so the high we hit yesterday for Velo was 1560 almost. So almost getting closer. Right? So that looks good. Yeah, no, this has been such an easy, excellent swing play though. Such an easy play. So hopefully it keeps going up. At the very least, you can tell though that even if it does dip, and you can get a good dip, it's gonna come back, right? And then whenever SpaceX, I think they were supposed to announce something this month. So at the end of this month, we should have a date for a SpaceX IPO potentially. So when we get that information, I'm sure this stock is gonna benefit from that as well. Yeah, did you get stopped out, Chris? Yeah, yeah. The golden pocket. Yeah, more so like of the golden candle. Yeah, yeah. The golden candle sit. Golden pocket is a little bit lower. Just a little bit lower. Yeah. Again, this is why though we usually warn to like when you're sitting in a position that you obviously know it's resistance, you don't want to just be sitting there and not making a decision. Like when you know that it's failed at the same spot in the past, you want to do something, right? Whether that's a stop loss, take the gains, something like that. You might have changed it, Sid, um, to a different time frame. Mine is just a default. Mine is just at the default. So also it, like, make sure that your candles are like the same candle type, or like the adjustment and trading view. Some of the little differences, like they do change it, which is fine if it's working though. And so I wouldn't change it if it's working. Yeah. So some of these little differences, like in the candles and whatnot, they can make a difference. Uh, by 2030, isn't that crazy? I mean, it would be nice to see. Does anybody believe Bitcoin hits a million by 2030? The damn thing can barely leave 70K. That would be nice. But let's see. We shall see. Honestly, I think that the what they have going for it now though is that retail is rotating out of Bitcoin and institutions are, buying it up. So you know who's gonna make the monies, right? Yeah. I mean, I think all asset classes will move up. Relics, not always because the value goes up, just because of inflation at the very least. So at the very least, because of inflation. So that's why it's good to invest rather than save monies. Yeah, people are always going to be looking for. Yep, exactly. Right. So at the very least, just because of all the money printing, right? Um, and the age of technology, might be like NFTs, probably. But yeah, at the very least, just because of inflation. Yeah, I mean, the U.S. is spending what? I heard something that they spent what, like $10 billion the first week or something like that on the war. Um, so they're definitely spending a lot of money, and they're planning on increasing the defense budget to something trillion. So where's that money gonna come from? Well, they're gonna need to print monies. Yeah, 10 billion in 5 days, craziness. 11 billion, yeah, yeah, yeah. Kathy Woods has never been, Kathy Woods is Virus's girl, but she's never been. Kathy Woods is really not somebody that anybody looks at yeah, and it takes seriously with price targets. Yeah, yeah. Roma's halted down now. Dang, I like Velo. Velo is so beautiful, guys. So beautiful. Look at that. Dipped all the way to 1370, all the way back to 15. Yeah. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding Velo. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding the beautiful, magnificent Velo. This is gonna be a good swing, a legendary swing if it keeps moving like that. If we break above that previous high, oof, that's gonna be so sweet. Let's go lit. Yeah. No, again, make no mistakes though. I think at the end of the day, the U.S. is gonna make monies out of this. I think they're already making a rubbish load of money on oil. Oil prices going up. So yeah, we shall see. AGRZ is pushing up. That's another one of those fertilizer stocks, by the way. So with the war, the price of fertilizer is going up, so those stocks are also moving up. Yeah, Mindy in the chat. When can we short oil? When they stop causing chaos. Okay, let me Benji. So Benji got into EONR yesterday in at $1.10. What did the candles tell me? Sell or what? Okay, let me take or wait for some gains today. EONR. I mean, you're at break even now, which is a good start. You were at break even, right? So I think the problem you're gonna have here now though is you're right at resistance. Also, you held this thing all the way to the all the way down and then all the way back up. So it had to come back up 20% for you to make monies. That's a problem on its own, right? So I'm not a big fan of your entry. Not a huge fan because unless they get news or unless we have more chaos, right? Your upside is potentially 10 cents, and this thing was running from 40 cents. So think about it that way, right? So your next resistance is closer to $1.20, right? If this thing really wanted to sell off and retest something good, you could be seeing like a dollar, like a 60 cent retest, right? So um, if I were in your position, I'd be putting a really tight stop loss, Benji, right? So at the very least, stay above a dollar. At the very least, right? Because again, I know you want a way to make some monies, but that thing was running from 40 cents all the way up here, and then you got in at $1.10. Yeah. So protect the monies. Yeah, I don't like what it's doing at all, and especially now that it's failing below the 200 EMA. Right. I think we said earlier, like you want to make sure that it stays above this level, Ali. Right. If it doesn't hold that level, then you definitely have a problem. Yeah. Mindy. Yup. 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 Yep, yep. So if you're looking for sympathy plays to the fertilizer price going up, AGRZ is one of them, right? This one looks okay. The volume is not overly impressive, but it looks okay. Seed is another one we've talked about, right? This one looks it needs volume as well, right? It's up 8%. This might eventually become a theme, the fertilizer theme, hopefully. And then RENX is another one, right? So those are the three main ones for now when it comes to fertilizer stocks, right? So we'll see if this becomes a theme, but pay attention to those three stocks if you're interested in that theme. He was in the mirror this morning. Wow, 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 wow. You know what else became a meme, a theme? Virus. What? What did? What? Why does it seem like we're watching Velo every morning now? Don't think we want to be watching Velo. But all the other names are slacking. Slacking. I think AGRZ is the one that has the most volume for now when it comes to these stocks, though. So if it can break out, that would be a good thing. It's consolidating, yeah, and trying to grow primo. So if it can stay above that bottom, that would be good. Actually, that's a really good level. CDXS, right? It's a really, really good bottom there. It's nice when stocks can sit like that and just consolidate because you have a really clear plan of what you're supposed to be doing. You know, you have a very clear plan of what you're supposed to be doing. So that base is between closer to $1.70 there. Um, the low is $1.69, so it's not that far away from where it's sitting at right now. Not that far away. Roma has been halted a long time, huh? He's been halted a long time. uh, I'm not surprised, Virus. I know. I'm not surprised. Do, do, do. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Dan, are you gonna join into Rob's roast tonight? You gonna join him? What does that mean? So when a stock is halted, it just means there are multiple reasons for halt, obviously, right? But the most common one is a volatility halt. So when that happens, it's just because the stock moved way too quickly in one direction or the other. Did they really, Alec, teach you off? Really? I don't think so. Hopefully not. But so it just stays halted for a few minutes. Usually 5 minutes. That increment can increase, so it goes up by 5 minute increments. So then you basically just wait. Nothing happens until it's unhalted. So we're retesting the high from yesterday, guys, on below. Retesting the high from yesterday. That's a really nice. That's a really nice push on Velo, though. Really nice push. Yeah, no. So it wasn't a T12 halt. Roma is unhalted, but this is a double top, right? So Velo needs to break this double top here. If it does, ooh wee. The 52-week high is 23.80, 84. So it'll be interesting. It will be interesting. Yeah, AGRZ is still looking good here. I hope a theme. We get a theme out of that. You could tell. You can tell Roma is going to be all over the place. That's a nasty red candle. But that's what happens when you halt, though. It's halted down. Mindy, IXHL. IXHL. Let me take a look. It's been a while since we looked at this one. Dang, that thing's down 33% today. Why? Sheesh. It's actually a bottom feed play there, potentially, Mindy. That's a nasty candle. Did they miss earnings or something? Pricing of a $10 million offering. Ah, at the market as well. Okay, then. Yeah, so they announced an offering this morning. 2 million shares. 2 million shares. What's the flow before the offering? It doesn't quite show on here. That would have been good to know. If that thing can stay above this bottom, though, Mindy, that could be a nice bottom feed play. Yeah. Plus warrants, yeah. That's not horrible. Like, if it can find a way to stay above this bottom, right? It's been here a few times, including after the split. So closer to 370. Right? If it can stay above that level, that might be a bottom feed for Raven and anybody else. I know. Virus. Yep. Yeah. Once that offering closes, you might get a solid bounce. Yeah. So Mindy, maybe bring us some nice gems, some nice bottom fee plays. Usually you get a bounce when the offering closes, anyways. So again, if it can just consolidate for now for a day or two, until the offering is closed, which it takes 2-3 days for the offering to close. Once that happens, you might actually get a pop off that bottom as long as it's holding that level. So I'd give it a day, to see if it's holding. And if it sits there all day and then the offering closes, that would be perfect. Perfect. ATPC is trying to consolidate as well and test the VWAP again. This morning was a lot nicer, wasn't it? Like we had ORBS this morning cooking. Look at that. This was so beautiful, wasn't it? Right? So beautiful. And then it dipped and then it broke out of the downtrend and then boom skis. Right? And then all of a sudden now, weakness. AGRZ is popping here though. So the Federalizer stock, right? So yeah, I hope this becomes a theme though. It would be nice if it actually became one. There goes 70 cents, guys. AGRZ. So the people are buying the yeah, like bottom feeding, like um yeah, as in like, you get a crash and the stock is at the bottom of the range and then eventually, you know. Yeah, it really has been a joy. Yep. Don't worry, there's a channel in Discord called the bottom feeding channel. Let's go HVL. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Yeah. That was a nice pop. Really, really nice pop. Yeah, I mean, if nothing else is moving, we might as well get a theme out of, Trump causing chaos. Let's go, Roger. Yeah. So again, the plays here are AGRZ, right? Seed, so SEED, and then RENX, RENX, right? So uh, yeah, so seed is another one. We've talked about this one already. Um, Again, the volume isn't quite there yet, right? So yeah, there you go. Someone just FOMOed into that thing. Someone just FOMOed into that thing. Right? There are a few more names though, because I know this isn't the first time this stock has had that run. I'm not interested, Peter. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. You grow potentially, yeah. I think those you grow. There was another one. I think we called it Kuti or something. Like COOT, right? And then I think there was one more. Please make it end. Yeah. Probably the same. Yeah, $20, right? Yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yes, yes. Did you buy any more market dips, Mindy? Market dips. Yeah, so it looks like Velo hit a double top for now. I don't think anybody should be surprised that it hit 1560 and backed off. It did the same thing yesterday. So yeah, so we almost need like on a bigger time frame, like the 15-minute or something. We need like a cup and handle breakout. Yeah, that's so you see how like IXHL is still dipping. That's why I say like give it a day or so to actually prove to you that it's holding that level. If not, you might just be taking a crazy gamble. You know. Do you have a question, Relics, for Pola? Pola looks nice. It just has to break out. So closer to 240 breakouts, and then the view app. But yeah, it does look good though. It's slowly trending up here. Off the demand zone and the 200 EMA, that's a pretty nice green demand area too, isn't it? So really, really nice. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Same resistance though, so it does need to break. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. Yep, yep. IXHL has given us some nice runs. Come on, fertilizer. We need some boomskis. We need some boomskis. Yeah. I don't think we really have anything that's super clear this morning that's just exploding. It's more scalpies. But I'm really hoping though that this, AGRZ among others, like we can get a theme out of that. That would be nice. Roger, did you get into this one or you're just looking at the overall theme? So there goes brand new highs of the day though. So 72 cents. 72 cents for AGRZ. Yeah, this one has the most volume. That's why, we're paying attention to this one compared to the, yeah, there it goes, right? 75 cents, boom skis, right? So people will usually push, look at the other ones that have the most volume, right? Yeah. Okay. So, yep, yep. Type yes in the chat if you FOMOed into AGRZ. If you got into this at some point, type yes in the chat. And just again, the volatility on these names will be a bit, all over the place, but looks good though. At least like with the pops, right? So try and stay green with that thing. Yep. I wish the candles were a bit more consistent. The reason I say like all over the place is because look at the candles, right? Like you're getting pretty long candles, but you also have wicks on both ends. So like it's just up and down, up and down, up and down. So but trending in the right direction. Seed is still just kind of sitting here for now, not a whole lot of volume yet. RENX, I'm gonna pull both of these up. RENX is almost looking a bit better than Seed is. Um, so they all seem to be gaining a bit of attention, just not enough. Not enough, Sunny. Yeah, it's just sitting at the bottom there. Not no volume. It's one thing to consolidate. It's another thing for the volume to actually come in. If prices go up, I'll sell everything. This weekend was a rant to tech giants like Nvidia, and did they really do that? I know they exploded an Amazon facility in Dubai or something like that, right? So, yep, yep. They need to yeah. I think Iran is being, a little bit more resilient than these countries expected, them to be. um yeah. I think they thought they would just go in there and just, say, "Hey, give me your monies." Iran says, "Catch me outside." How about that? Yeah. Yeah, once it halted down like that, Willie, they just said, "Thank you, goodbye." Yeah, shop. Yeah. Yep. Really? Israel's getting slapped. Yeah. No, I think, yeah, Iran is being a lot more resilient than I think they anticipated. Yeah. Yeah. I'll blow up my neighbor's house, take everything I own. I wouldn't question them. Yeah, I think it's deeper than that, though, Mindy. Deeper than that. Sometimes when you're in that position and you feel like you have nothing else to lose, and might as well cook them. Try and cook everybody else too. Trump said Canada is next. Come on, Trump. Come. You think? Come. You're having a hard time in Iran. Come to Canada. We will cook you. I know. I know. We're all just joking. I know. Come on. We have two planes, two rocket planes. Two soldiers, and I'll never hear the word "cook" the same again. No, we're kidding. We're kidding. It's nothing to be joking about because people actually yeah, craziness. Throw my slides at them. Come on, Mindy. I've been practicing. COD. I've been practicing. Yeah, don't worry. I've been practicing. Uh, ATPC still holding that base, which is good, but that VWAP is acting as a bit of an issue. We actually need to be getting breakout on these stocks because they all seem to be slacking. Is what they're doing. Slacking. Yeah, Mindy. Yeah, you are missing out. You're definitely missing out. Download and updates, Mindy. Yep, you're not wrong, Sid. You're definitely not wrong. You are not wrong. Remember what you Canadians did during World War II? I had to remember. I was in the village, worrying about what slides I was, how I was gonna sew my slides back together. Well, actually, not even. Come on, man, don't do me like that. Unbelievable. He's still in the bushes. Come on, guys. Come on. I was carrying Peter. Don't let Peter fool you. My back was hurting from the amount of carrying I was doing. Yeah, you can't remember because they did nothing. Ah, come on and push. We might need to create a theme on our own, with all this slowness. I know, Sonny. Seriously. Yeah, go ACXP. What's ACXP doing? ACXP. What is it doing? Yeah, it's holding up well at the very least. It needs to get back above 550, right? And go from red to green. Yeah, red to green. Like I said, we're gonna create our own theme, the agriculture theme, fertilizer theme, if the markets keep being slow like that. So we need some real energy in these stocks. No, I don't think Canada wants to fight anybody. Yeah, Canada is not ready for any wars. Did you guys see Canada when the whole thing started? They're like, "Oh, we support Trump," and then they saw the rockets flying left and right. They're like, "Ah, do we really though? Maybe not. Maybe not. At least the US has an iron dome. Do we have an iron dome? Nope. We don't support anybody. We don't support violence. We want peace and love. Okay? Okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Exactly. We'll bring the maple syrup to the party, but that's about it. Then the whole population of Canada, yeah, don't worry about us. Go to California instead. Yeah, exactly, SB. We bring peace. Yes. And we support who's winning. We thought the US was winning, but then they started getting. Yeah, we said, okay, you know what? You guys might be struggling. At this rate, you might be running out of rockets. So, anyways, you're getting a bit of a push on AGRZ, but it keeps failing at 75. So, not enough yet. Not enough volume yet there. Yes. Dan, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. No, 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 no. Okay. Let's see. HIMS is still holding up really well off the bottom. Again, everything seems to be giving you scalps, but not exactly what we're looking for. We want to see some breakouts, but you're getting bounces off the bottom, just no explosions though. We want to see some boom skis. Pola, same thing, right? Holding off the base, bouncing off the demand and the 200 EMA, just no breakouts. So, where has the volume gone to? Yeah, Brent. Yeah, 19 Windsor. They wanted my money either way. I felt welcome. Yeah. Yes, yes. SB, exactly. Telling you, if you can't get past Iran, what do you think you're gonna do in Canada? Plus, all Americans are gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, it's too cold." That's our greatest asset. Again, joking. Yeah, I'm surprised though that with all that's going on, we really don't have another theme. Whether that's a fertilizer theme, an oil theme with oil going back up, right? Again, good bounce on this thing though, just super slow-ish, right? I think most people would rather see a name like TPET actually push, than BATL, right? But obviously this is slow. Come on, virus. Come on. We're more resilient than that. At least 10 text messages. Salat, yeah. They said see you at zero. See you at zero. No, 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 no. Okay. ATPC is really trying, so it is holding the base. I think this one, obviously, this one's been a standout today. I think we wanted more out of this thing, but it's playing games just like everything else. And thrust. Mm-mm. Exactly, SB. Exactly. Exactly. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, no, I think everybody was wishing that these names would come back, Sunny. I mean, TPET is up 20%, so that's, that's not horrible. But I think we were hoping for a bit more from these names. Just a little bit more. Yeah, and CDXS is still just holding that 169, 170 area. So hopefully it can bounce at some point. And then ATPC doing a good job with the 200 EMA and the demand zone and the double bottom. No, 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 no. 578, 580. Okay, there we go. There we go. You did, Jameson? On what? What did you double down on? What did you double down on? ATPC? No, 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 no. I think the anyways, I don't want to say anything. EONR just pushed for the highs of the day. Brad, were you the one that was in that position, or somebody else, right? EONR. So it looks like it's coming back a little bit. Oh, Palantir. Okay, okay, Palantir. Yeah, Palantir. Do you remember Palantir being at $7, Mindy, and then craziness, huh? Crazy, crazy, and then all the way into the hundreds. Crazy, crazy. In CDXS. Okay, yeah, it's just sitting there. So this is why too, though. Like when you notice that a stock is going sideways, um, you bought it at $15, Johan. Nice. When you notice that a stock is going sideways like this, you can always try and catch off the bottom. But the other thing you can do, you can also look for the top of the range, right? Because you don't quite know if the volume is going to kick in eventually or not. So when you're going up and down like this, sometimes the best thing to do is to watch it. Eventually, when it breaks out of that range, right? Eventually, if it does break out of that range, that might be a signal of an actual push, right? So for now, it's holding. Hopefully, it continues to hold, and then go from there. Uh, Largest oil. Yeah. See, like it's just chaos. Tender. Just chaos. 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 Just chaos. Israel considers major ground operation in Lebanon. I think you know what the U.S. needs to say is, hey, Mister Israel. You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? You guys can fight on your own. You know what? You know what? You need to stop making us look like, You know what? Anyways, okay. Okay, let's see. There we go, ATPC. Not a bad bounce. Iran leaders says the Strait of Hormuz should stay closed. Damn. Wasn't Trump saying yesterday that he thinks the ships should be going through there? Unbelievable. At least Trump isn't tweeting today. He seems very quiet this morning. He was yapping all over the place yesterday, wasn't he? At least he's quiet today. Yeah. Virus have a see. Anyways, I'm not gonna bring Virus into this because he's gonna ask for chaos. Peter, let's go. Have a wonderful rest of the day, Peter. See you later. But nice, gave up a bullish oil news, Ajoya. Yeah. Yes, yes. It's about time he slept in. Yeah. Yes, yes. If TPEC can break out here, though, I think that would be very good. Push back to the 190 high. Looking a lot better though. That was a nice golden pocket retest. Yeah. I think it almost works best, when when the golden pocket is higher for when it breaks out and it comes back for the retest. Especially if you have other things, sitting in that area like the VWAP, right? Like that would have been a good spot there. Not a big move though. Yes, of course. Sharp, what's your position in MU? What's your position? What's your question, Sharp? Let me know. I'll take a look. Last, yeah, well done. Skunk, that was a nice switch. It's a very nice switch. Craziness. Would take 2 weeks to return to normal. La, 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 la. Yeah, but the markets would immediately price that in though, right? So it might take a while to get back to normal, but the markets would price it in immediately because they're forward looking, obviously. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how that guy does it with when he's always on social media, unless someone else is. I think though, like after the first 2 years, I think he's gonna calm down. Maybe after this, he's really gonna calm down. 415. Okay, let me take a look. MU. MU was one of the gold calls from Virus. That's a pretty good short. That's a nice short. What's the high today? 1373. Yeah. I just want to see what the daily looks like, and then we need to switch to a different time frame here because clearly we look very weak, right? Like on a smaller time frame, that's a pretty sweet short, right? Stalling below the supply zone, right, and then just curling down to the abyss. So that looks really really good. I think two things, right? So we're approaching a level here, right? So you can kind of see like initially this area was a breakout spot, right? So again, give plus or minus, right? You can see that we bounce off that level, and now we're approaching that level as well. So this level between like 399 and 400, I think that's going to be a level where you consider taking some profits, right? So, but if it breaks below that level, then you have so much more room to the downside, right? So if you have a big position, I would consider closing some at this price just because we bounced off this level before. It's a retest level, and the 200 EMA is also sitting there, right? So, like I said, if you have a big position, at least close some, and then if it does break below, then you have so much more room to the downside. But that was nice though, right? You could see the T-Rexing at the top, right? So supply zone stalling, curling down. The signs were there. 50, yeah, yeah. There you go. Nice scalp though. Nice scalp piece. Looks like we got a tweet. Uh, yeah, we talked about this already. So, United States officials say the first 6 days of the conflict with Iran cost $11 billion, nearly $1.9 billion per day, not including ongoing ship operations and personal cost. Hmm. Well, well, yeah, that's what I saw, Dan. Yeah. So Trump said to suspend to tame oil prices. Yeah. Uh, Craziness. Can't afford it, Tim. Can't afford it. I wondered though how much money they're making from. I think that's what we're missing. I think we get to see the side that they're spending money. I think they're making money somewhere. They're obviously making money by exporting oil. They're obviously making money, right? Where else are they making money? Because they're making money somewhere. MU's back to testing 400. So the markets are looking suspicious, right? So there it goes. MU's below 400 now, right? Looking suspicious. Yeah. So shop, we easily could like if at the end of the day we're not holding this level, the 200 EMA, you might see a bit of a yeah SGN. Yeah, we were watching this one very closely yesterday, right? Very closely, very closely. SGN. Yeah, nice bounce. You're welcome, shop. Choo, 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 choo. Yeah, if you're wondering why TPED dropped, it's because of the headline that Dan mentioned in the chat, right? So they're doing their best to keep oil prices down, but they're not really doing anything. You know what I mean? Like they're saying they're doing stuff, but yeah, that's why you had these few red candles on these oil stocks. Yep. um, Not that I'm aware of, Benji. Not that I'm aware of. I'll take a look though, because Turbo is obviously one of those names that always gets that run. Turbo. Yeah. Oh yeah, they did announce an offering, 3.25 million registered direct offering with the single global institutional investor. I bet you that's why the stock didn't really just go to the abyss. Um, yeah, stuff like that is usually okay. People look at that. There's usually a reaction, right? That's the reaction, right? Initially, it's like, hey, there's an offering, negative, but also the price of oil has been going up. So yeah, they did announce an offering, right? So they're benefiting from the fact that like it's like um, it's not the worst of offerings. Also, the oil is going up, so it goes back up. Baruch, what's your question though for BNRG? Not moved in an hour. I know it's simply again. That's why I said earlier, right? Sometimes when a stock is going sideways like this, it's fine. But the best thing to do sometimes is just look for the breakout, right? Because you might be sitting here a damn long time, and eventually it's gonna move, but it might just sit here for hours and hours. Right, there goes the Federalizer stock again, AGRZ. Is it dead? There's a green candle. So oil is at the highs of the day, guys. Craziness, huh? Mm, 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 mm. Nice bounce. Nice little bounce. You bought the dip? Okay. ATPC is still trying here. Not quite dead yet. Not quite dead yet. Uh, uh, you did R? What did you play with? What did you get into? Yeah, today's not been the like the best momentum day. This week overall hasn't been like the best. Some really good scalps, some really good runs in pre-market, but it's been a bit of a suspicious day. Suspicious week. Uh, I'll send you Kevin. I'll send you a screenshot. La, 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 la. MOBX. Yeah, Kevin, are you in the stream? Let me know. Uncle? No, I think we just had a really clear theme, and it was at the beginning. Yeah, Wes has been spamming a path along with other people. Mm, You are? Yeah. So if you're trying to, so I think you just let me Google it really quickly. So what you should do is, if you go to the channel, you should see an area where it says perks, right? So these are basically the, yeah. So right there, right there. So same, right? Just the opposite. So right there, Kevin. Right. So you want to click on. So you go to the channel, you click on see perks, right, and then click on change level. You try that. Let me know if it works. Try that. Uh, did I just get an alert EBGN? Interesting. Yeah, we might actually, that theme might actually become a theme, you know? EVGN. There's an alert for this one. This is another one of those agriculture names, fertilizer stocks. Right, so it looks like it's gaining, again, not a whole lot of volume though, but it looks like it's getting some attention. Some again, who was holding that position for EONR at $1.10? You should be happy now, right? Should be happy. It stayed above $1. Should be happy. That was you. Oh yeah, that was you, Benji. Do you have a good stop loss now? Um, you sold. Okay. Did you make some monies? Sold it. Did you make some monies at least? The high in this thing is right around 77 cents. AGRZ. A little scratch. He bought some lunch. Okay, good, 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 good. Better than nothing, at least. Better than nothing. There it goes. 79, 80 cents, guys. So this is becoming a theme, isn't it? Right. The fertilizer stocks said, you know what, guys? Let's just create a theme. Let's just do it. I think the downside to this though is, like, look at how quickly the candles move. Right, like from 779 to 81 cents, all the way back down to 879. Like the candles are a bit crazy, but it's not bad though. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Kevin, that's easy to do. Yeah, that is easy to do. Yep. More. Seed. SEED. EVGN, and then AGRZ. Maybe RENX is another one as well, right? So RENX. So there are quite a few. I think the main three for now, though, are AGRZ, obviously, Seed, and then RENX. I mean, I think, yeah, from Florida. Okay. Yeah, it was moving the other day. Like it was actually the top gainer when that news came out that the price of fertilizer was going up. That thing was running more than anything else. So yeah, maybe not. Maybe I think the main names for now, right? Again, EONR is looking good too, right? ATPC still looks like it has a chance, and then obviously the fertilizer theme, Sadden, if you're wondering, you like both. Mm-hmm. If Raven's wife, don't let the Raven's wife hear that because Raven's gonna be cooked. Cooked. Ah, you like who? My husband? Ah, yeah, cooked. Let me take a look at RENX here. Yeah, you can tell like it's slowly. Look at those candles on RENX, right? Nothing crazy, but it's slowly trying to push them. So MSS volume. MSS looks interesting. Yeah, there was a little bit of like unusual volume alert earlier. Mm. 20 cents. Yes, yes. Send it. Yeah, no, this has been good though. Type yes in the chat if you're holding AGRZ. This has been the main one for the theme. Mm. Yes, yes, yes. Jules, Amy. Yeah. Sky Guy. Yeah, there's a bit of a supply zone here. That supply zone is most likely coming from yeah. So all the way back at the beginning of the year. So that's why it's nice to have these supply zones. Just so you get a reminder, like, hey, at some point, in history, this level was a problem. So that's where it's having a problem. EONR is looking good, looking better. Also testing a supply zone. So nice push, right? Nice little push there. Yeah, Sunny. Yep. EONR. Yeah. Feel like I'm glitching a little bit. I don't know. I'm glitching. Yeah, like the stream is glitching a little bit, isn't it? Not sure why though. You know what that means? Since your computer's I know. I'm not sure why it's doing that. That's annoying. It's very annoying. That's for sure. Not sure why. It's kind of annoying though. I think Rob did something. Good job, Miss Tony. That was a good scalp. Yeah, no, these probably it's Rob. I think so. I think so too. I think so too. Yep, I think so too. Rob doesn't glitch. This is all his fault. Yeah, you can tell it's not the Wi-Fi though. Let's go, Morris. What did you make money on today? $740. What did you make your monies on, Morris? Good job. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, it fixes itself. You can tell the voice is okay. I think the picture is glitching. You guys can hear me fine though, right? I think. Good job, Morris. Yeah, the oil stocks basically is where you're making your monies. Yeah, so that supply zone is acting as a problem for AGRZ. So like 80, yeah, 82 cents. Unfortunately. Yeah, the voice is fine. Like the charts are fine, the voice is fine. Just the actual picture itself. I wonder if this is just a stream thing though. Wonder if it's just a stream thing. Hmm. It's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. Yeah, skunk, yeah, with the price of oil, yeah. One second, one second. Can you turn your camera off and on? I can, yeah. Yeah. Uh, hmm. I think it's just a like a camera thing because the charts are fine and the voice is fine. Off. Overheating now. You really know what do you what's going on? It's not the computer, Raven. Yeah. No, stop it, Raven. It's not the computer. Otherwise, everything else would be broken. It is kind of annoying. I think it's Rob's pictures, or it's all the Trump talk. Someone's like, mm-hmm. So RENX is pushing up slowly though, right? So all in the same group, same theme. RENX is pushing up here. So testing the highs of the day. Problem in Chia, not in computer. I can't believe somebody actually made that then. Unbelievable. It's user error. Wow. Problem in chair. Yeah, probably. It's all the roasting. You notice how Rob isn't in the chat? Because we've been roasting him, that's why. Roasting him. Yeah, no, I definitely think there's something there, Andrew. Yeah. AGRZ got rejected off the supply zone. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully ATPC again. There's a reason why we keep coming back to this stupid stock because it doesn't it doesn't give up. Yeah, on SPY. Yeah. Would be nice if ATPC just broke out of the damn range. It's holding the base nicely though. You notice how okay, it looks like it's back now. Oh yeah, it's fixed. I don't know what the issue was, but it's completely fixed. I mean, the charts were always okay. Like I can move the charts fine. The voice action, okay, it's good now. Yeah, it's fixed. I don't know what the issue was, but I'm glad it's fixed because I didn't want to hear dance. Dan and Ravens rubbish. Yeah. Supplying na 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 na. Yeah, no, I think again, Andrew, the idea was that the price just went up. There was a whole long article on it. It wasn't because of Iran was producing anything. It was more just other things. Yep. More so some other things. LGVN. LGVN. Yeah, this one's looking really nice. The EONR. Yeah. Looking very nice. Yeah, it's a bit of a sus week though, Greg. Right? It's a bit of a sus week, so it doesn't help. Yeah. It's a bit of a sus week, so it does play a role in your success. Exactly, Andrew. More of a chain reaction than yeah. Virus. Yup. Well, we'll see. See how the ATPC is looking way better though. For June, Amazon. Yeah. Yeah. I bet you we have a nice run tomorrow though. To end the week, maybe unless there's more chaos. Let me take a look. Let me take a look at some of those other names. What's Amazon doing today? Oof, bloody. Yeah, like I said, I kind of liked Amazon way better close to 200. Way better close to 200. Way better. It is testing an uptrend, right? This was the level we liked for Amazon. That level sitting up there was a little bit more suspicious. Kevin, you did 564. Okay. Yeah, just be mindful that you keep going back and forth, and $6 is your next resistance. No, I think though, Dan, like you are testing an uptrend, right? So like 208, 207. So this level, hopefully. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, virus, exactly. So like right there, right? So right there, that might be, it just had to come back and retest it. So that's completely fine. If it can stay above that, perfect. If it breaks below that because of then problems. Yeah. AMD, what's AMD doing? Yeah, AMD is just chilling at the bottom. Now that's a really good bottom actually for AMD. Yeah, it's a really nice spot if they don't ruin it. Yeah, really really nice base. Very very nice base. Hmm. Off the bottoms. Okay. Yep. Yeah. If it can, like the bottom has been really good, Dara. It just needs to break out. Wasn't Palantir green today? Yeah, Palantir is green. That was a really again nice base testing a downtrend though. Yeah, Palantir is benefiting a little bit from the chaos. Robinhood. Robinhood is still just chilling at the bottoms there, obviously. Yeah, a lot of these names have really struggled. Really, really struggled. You did? Yeah, AMD is sitting at a good spot. Again, a lot of this depends on all the chaos, but that's a pretty good spot for AMD, right? Yeah. Let's. Mm-mm-mm. You have been okay. Yeah. Again, if they don't end the war soon, those names are going to continue to slide. But I think the other thing that you notice here too is it's not like the war has gone, like, I mean, you think it's getting worse, right? But yet the price is still sitting in the same range. That's usually a good thing. So unless there's another crazy addition, right? Unless there's a crazy addition, you should think like those names should try and reverse. But yeah, EONR does look really nice. EONR looks very nice. Who have been spamming the stock nonstop on all the penny stock feeds a long time. Yeah. Position. Okay. Sounds good, Jameson. Yeah, I mean, at the very least, though, let RENX is sitting at the highs of the day. At a double top, still at the highs of the day, though. ATPC just keeps stalling whenever it pops. Pop and stall, pop and stall. And then AGRX is AGRZ, still holding up well. So this is almost just a retest of a breakout, right? So clearly this area is your breakout area, clearly. So basically just a retest. So this one still looks nice, especially if it can clear that supply zone. Especially. Mm, mm, mm. Do, 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 do. Nice, nice retest. Baruch, again, what's your question? Help me out. Yeah, um, the entire market's red today, though, right? Uh, so remember that as well. When HIMS is red, so you got into HIMS yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I said this yesterday too. Like, we've been spamming HIMS from below $20 to $15. At $27, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Right. So yeah. So it looks like they definitely slapped it today. You can tell that there's a really solid base though, like a really solid base with a at 2460. Let's call it 2460. Right. So there's a really good base there. So hopefully it can stay above that level. Alrighty. So I would hope, that's your hope for now. That would be your hope for now, that it can stay above that. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We need some more chaos though. Chaos, in terms of like market rallies. For next six months at least, so we're gonna have a lot of opportunities. Hopefully, AMD is bouncing a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. So you got into KOS at $2 and 18. Oh, it's another energy play. Okay, nice. Yeah, this one's actually doing well. It dropped with everything else, but it's bouncing today just like everything else. Right? So just like the other energy plays. Yeah, we need boom skis. Um, so again, you got in at $2 and 18. They're doing an offering of 182 million. Can you please look? Maybe that's why it dropped the other day. But now it looks really good though. Like, so these are 15-minute candles, right? It has been stalling for the last 45 minutes at at 225, but it looks good to me. So I would try and put that stop loss as close to break even or above as possible. Right. So maybe go below 220 because it just doesn't look like it moves a whole lot, right? But that's a really nice rebound. Um, it doesn't seem like it's a crazy stock, like it runs a whole lot. Maybe because of the float. Yeah, it's 500 million shares. So that stock is going to move like a snail unless it's after hours or pre-market. So yeah, just try and put a stop loss in that thing. Alrighty. Yeah, it's because of the supply zone up there, the resistance. This one looks good still. EONR. Brand new highs of the day on this one. That is nice. Good morning. Good morning. That is a very nice push. Super slow, slow and steady. Slow and steady, slow and steady. Yeah, no, that's a good push. Again, it's super slow though, but um, you're most likely gonna have a little bit of selling pressure the closer you get to 140. But still a nice push. Yep, exactly. Well done, Cole. Yeah. Virus, what did you do? What did you do? You just wanted emojis? Let's go, Jameson. Let's go. I just wanted emojis. Love it. Yeah. Sent a human to Mars. Ah. Yeah, so $1.40 there. Z emojis. ATPC, blah 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 blah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about it if it can get above it. If it can break above $1.40, and then we'll talk. Let's go. Target on the day off to Target. Have a good afternoon as well, Tiffany. Enjoy. Love it. MOBX 73 to 80 cents. Trump is about to speak. Why? When does this man rest? When does he rest, guys? Like, when does he rest? Is that how every president is? Like, they go crazy the first year or two and then they rest the last, the second year? Is that how it works? Oh. Jameson doesn't count, Raven. Jameson doesn't count. Jameson doesn't count. Uh, TPED is, just been slow and steady today. I got 5 cent scalpies. Dude, anyways. Fine. Fine.
Don't buy the sold out level. It's not available. That's why it says sold out. Duh. I can't make it any plainer. Stop being a bonehead.
There you go. Yeah. Here comes $1.40. 139. Yeah, the float is a bit bigger too. That's why it's slow like this. It's a 40 million share float. But the longer it does this, though, eventually people, everybody's just gonna start paying attention to this. Then the flow doesn't matter. Yeah, maybe they're gonna start sending more rockets over there. MOBX, Tiffany. Yeah, that's a nice looking chart too. Again, another slow one, which is fine, but that was a really good breakout off the bottom. MOBX. Slow and steady. Today is a day for slow and steady stocks, it seems. I mean, I mean, okay. This is the one with the volume though for now. This is the one with the juice. EONR. Yeah, seriously. Seriously. That thing just keeps cooking there. Cooking. Sheesh. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding EONR. EONR. Yes, yes, yes. Cook it, Goldie. Cook it. Yeah, it's a fun party. Yeah, it's a slow party, but it's a fun party. Slow but fun party. I still want to see that thing consolidate above $1.40 though before anything else. What are my thoughts on Michael? Honestly, that thing has done a pretty poor job of benefiting from the chaos. Are you in a position? Let me know. I'll take a look. Yeah, I know they had some news this morning too, but it's done a really poor job. In at $1.80. RBNE. Yeah, so you're basically in at like you're in at this price then. You are in at this price. Yeah, $1.80 is actually the low of the day. Yeah. Honestly, if I were you, like again, this hasn't really been one of the stocks that we've, enjoyed this run. Look at that, right? It's been super poor. So maybe it's ready for a bounce. Right? But if I were you, I'd be putting a stop loss right below $1.80. Because if that thing breaks below $1.80, I don't think I would want to be in that position. The low from yesterday was so the low from yesterday was $1.70. Right, so I'd either be going right below $1.70 or right below $1.80. It is a scam energy stock. Seriously, it hasn't performed at all. You're welcome. ATPC keeps trying, so it's still giving us those beautiful higher lows, but what we really want to see is a breakout. That's what we really want to see is a breakout. There we go. ATPC. There we go. There we go. What we really want to see is a breakout. There we go, a dollar, 5.90. Here we go. So again, clearly there's a lot of resistance right there too, at $6. So again, like I said, beautiful higher lows, right? Like it's clearly trending up, but I think we need more than that. Roma with the bounce. Roma. Roma. Uh, yeah, I remember I moved it to even a long, long time ago, Rumteen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I think we played with that position, but it was just looking way too sus. You know, like the entry was good. It just didn't want to bounce. So when it does that, usually I get a bit skeptical. Just move it to break even. If it hits, it hits. You know what I mean? Then it just becomes a bit of a wash trade. Yeah, it just becomes a bit of a silly trade, which every dip on this thing is getting bought up. Luna, have a wonderful day. Good job. Enjoy the jog. Alrighty. Enjoy your jog. Enjoy. Yep. Yeah, no, TPET has been a good scalp today, at least for a few cents. Yeah. I think a lot of you guys are holding this and hoping that it goes. But yeah, so double top. At basically, right below $1.90. Sometimes these rejections are just a bit silly. Just a little bit. The markets are bouncing aggressively there. What happened? What happened, guys? Did someone say something? Yeah, because you could see the way that oil got rejected as well. TPET dropped there, and then the market said, almost like someone said something. Almost like someone said something. Yeah, look at that, look at that, look at that. Okay, that's why. Saudi Aramco is reportedly in talks to buy Ukrainian drones to protect its oil fields. Sheesh. Okay, that's why. Saudi Aramco. They're like, we want to protect our oil. Maybe that too, Dan. Maybe that too, yeah. That probably helps a lot more than protecting drones. Yeah, because again, do you see what I mean though, Dan? Like Iran, we're not laying mines in, you know what I mean? Like we're getting from the UK, from the US, we're laying mines. Iran is like we're not laying mines. So like the headlines are just yeah. I'm a trading legend. Saudi Aramco. Yep. Uh, Ramteen. Sure. Sure. I can take a look. Yeah, we can take a look. I don't think it's any more complicated than like it just the float once the market opens. If the float is bigger, it's usually way too slow. Yeah, these oil stocks are really getting slapped. Look at that, right? All the energy stocks are getting slapped. All of them. They said time for oil to go. Time for you to go. Anyways, yeah, that headline is going all over the place now. The one that Dan posted about Iran not laying any mines. Um, why did so? Because again, like that's a good thing for like more reliable companies. It's not a good thing for meme stocks. San, right? I was in an NQ long of the let's go Dan. Yeah, like that was a pretty nice pop. Yeah, very nice pop. You know that this is gonna be short lived anyways. They're just gonna keep yapping and yapping and yapping. So let's see if TPET can stay above 170 again. Yep, crazy, crazy, crazy. Until this thing ends, we're just gonna be in that type of market where we're up and down, up and down, up and down. That's a really nice recovery on Bitcoin too. A really nice recovery on BTC. A really nice recovery. All thanks to the legend, Saudi Aramco. Yep. Charles, I'm glad you got out as well, right? So that 140 area was going to be a problem. Funny that it coincided with news, right? But I mean, if you're in a play like this and you can't take profits, after a big run like that, or you don't have a stop loss and you let it drop, then you're just playing with fire, right? You're just, so that's a nasty dip, isn't it? Right? But that dip is also, yeah. Ayo, Caitlin. Ayo, ayo. Yeah, it's quite the dip. Sheesh. Nice, Jameson. I just saw that. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Well, yeah. I think that news is just gonna be short lived. How are you, Caitlin? How's your day? How are the horses? Let's go, Jameson. Yeah, well done. Well done. I like that. Iran allowed. See again. Iran allowed some ships to cross straight. Allowed some ships to cross. I mean, probably the China ships. The friends. Yeah. Uh, so it's been a lot of work. Oh, okay. Yeah. Lots of work. Yeah, animals seem like a lot of work, especially horses. And they turn her into a oh yeah. Yep, yep, craziness. Again, honestly, I think what's really happening in the markets is these dudes are just taking advantage of the chaos. I think I honestly just think they're just taking advantage of the chaos. Oh, ships are crossing. Oh no, ships are not crossing. Oh, we're not closing. No, we have mines. No, we don't have mines. Oh, we burnt a ship down. Nope, we let other ships go through. Like they go back and forth at least like 10 times a day. It's like okay, 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 we get it. We get it. Yeah. Bluegrass. Same thing. Same thing. Mm, Oracle. I'll take a look. OR ORCL in the 160s. Is it a good buy? They obviously they had earnings. Stock did okay, right? But then the market is also super suspicious. So that really isn't helping the damn thing. And also the 200 EMA looks like that's where it failed at. That's a bit of a more complicated one because it's quite a ways away from the bottom. Account instantly deleted. Uh, UK fan. Imagine the views from the U. They can see Iran. I don't know what they can see, but they can definitely see some violence. They can see violence, that's for sure. They can see chaos. Okay. Jameson. This one's been really annoying. ATPC. That $6 area is just way, way, way too strong for resistance. In the 70s, Akoma never came out. Damn. Jules, what do you think of Fly? Considering getting into a position after 2444. Fly 2444. Okay. Yeah, it's a nice looking chart, isn't it? The bottom is really nice, Jules, right? The bottom was so easy to tell, that it was the bottom. Bottom one, bottom two, bottom three, bottom four. Like it was such a good level. And I can also tell why you're waiting for, the breakout, right? So the so you mentioned 2444. Yeah, the double top seems a bit higher though. Right? The double top, yeah, I can kind of see what you're looking for there. But yeah, it seems like it's closer to 25. So just keep that in mind, right? So initially you could see that this level here, like this range was the support and then it broke down and then it became a double top, right? So it might be a little bit higher. So unless you're scalping it on a smaller time frame, I'd be a bit more concerned there. right? Again, I can tell why you're looking at 24.44, but that entire, like a little bit higher, is the supply zone. Yeah, so just be careful. With the snap of his fingers, Saudi Aramco. Yes, yes. Hmm. Yeah, the S&P is not even at the 200 EMA yet. The 200 EMA for SPY is closer to like 657. So if this stuff doesn't end, we definitely have more room to the downside. More room to the downside. Uh, SPY 200 breakout, maybe on a small time frame. But yeah, the 200 on the daily is all the way down there in the abyss. No, TPET is just holding $1.70 for now. So if it can stay above that level, then no, Brett. On the 1 minute, I see. Yeah, that news from Iran definitely didn't help TPET and the oil stocks. They all got slapped from that. When do those calls expire again, Jamieson? Today? Your spy calls? So you're hoping for a boomski today then? Are you sure you're gonna get a boomski today? Yeah, that thing's getting rejected there. Fly, Jules. Definitely a bit of a rejection. Uh, to hell with the burning ships. Yeah, we want EVs. That's what Canada wants. EVs, you know. Yeah, no. Today they definitely slapped the markets. Slapped the markets. From on Monday expiration. Okay, so you need a nice pump. You need a nice pump. Dead in a snowstorm due to the cold. I think, yeah, people were complaining about the Teslas. They're like, my Tesla isn't starting. Screw Elon and his EVs. It's too cold in Canada. Yeah, yeah, we might weakness and then pump it later. We'll see though, Jameson. We'll see. Again, a lot of the market is headline driven for now, so who knows? Who knows? Uh the name's right there, Jameson. Right there. Oh, I can't remember now. Hmm. Right there. Okay. If he held, yeah. Yes, yes. 8 cents. He sold at 8 cents. 8 cents. Let's do another 20 minutes or so, guys, and then we'll hop off and go back to Discord. Deal? Another 20 minutes? Something like that. Do we have what do you mean, Chris? What do you mean? Yeah, RENX is still sitting at the same area too. You know what's crazy? CDX. Look at this. Look at this crackhead stock. CDXS. It's just been sitting in that range. Again, sometimes you just want to stay away from that until it breaks out of the range. But sometimes you can also get in at the bottom and still be okay. You know. So either way, that's okay. And then TPET is just holding the 170. So TPET has been a good name. Like if you're okay with quick scalpies. Yeah, a little bit, Brad. For tonight's movie featured, I'm not gonna show up tonight. I'm not gonna show up tonight. Like where? Who? Where? What's happening? Mm-hmm. Yes. NBIS. Did you look at the chart over the weekend? Did you look at the chart over the weekend, Jericho, in the options entries and exits channel? Let's see. Can you hold up 108 for long? 108. Yeah, we're gonna have to look at a way smaller time frame, right? So over the weekend we posted this, right? Today is Thursday, right? This thing was all the way down here for NBIS. That was a good spot, wasn't it? Right? Yeah. Jericho, did you play with it, or you're just looking for a brand new entry now? Oh, there it goes again, right? So these plays are like, nope, we're not going away. We are not going away. Brand new entry. Again, always pay attention to those charts over the weekend, guys. Right? Again, options in the small cap channel or the options entries and exits channel. Right? Even if you bought some calls for NBIS, that thing was at a beautiful demand zone. From 84 all the way to 110, that would have been a nice options play. Right? Some cash secured puts close to a demand zone. Easy monies for you, Jericho. Easy monies. Right? Now it's a bit more complicated, right? So it's a bit more complicated now. Just a little bit more complicated because you're looking for a brand new position, but we're sitting at resistance, right? Yesterday we failed at this level, like 112, 113. We did dip today and then came at, but it's still in that same range. So it does look strong though, like it's clearly on an uptrend. It looks very strong, right? But again, when this chart was posted on Sunday night, right? When it was posted on Sunday, it was right here. Right? All day Monday, it was still in the same spot. Monday demands on Monday. Tuesday started to run and then retested. Right? And then boom skis. Boomskis. Yeah, you're sitting at resistance now. It looks like it is trying to break out though. Like it's more of a retest of a breakout. So I can see what you're looking at though, Jericho. Right? So I mean, it's not bad as long as it stays above that 108, whatever the number is. So if it can stay above that, then that's fine. Just make sure it stays above it though. AGRZ. You did, yeah. Yeah, the markets have been trying. So mm. Hey, yo, Sam. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Mm, 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 mm. Yep. Yeah. 220. Yeah. That would be the perfect target for AMD. Again, I think it's interesting that right, it's bounced from that 97, right? Like we talked about it last time. It was at 197. It's already at 199 now. Right. So it's bounced really nicely from 197 to 199. Not that big of a deal, but yeah, I think it's interesting that we've had so much chaos over the last 2 weeks, right? Week three of the war, yet we haven't. Initially we created brand new lows, but the war has gotten worse. We haven't made brand new lows, and it's been a level that it's tested so many times in the past. Right, this November 2025, it was this level, like yeah, it's obviously nicer closer to 195, closer to 190, like 190 better, right? But it's almost back to 200 now. So 197, almost back to 200. So that's not bad. For those of you who don't know, it's quarterfinals, Alex. Yes, yes, yes. I'm done with that. Pump it, AMD. Pump it. Pump it. Yeah, we'll see. For now, though, the one name that's pumping it is the Federalizer stock. So see if we can break out this time. Well, okay, damn. That thing said, yeah, I'm gonna pump it. Yeah, I'm gonna pump it. Roger, you still in this one? Did you That was a nice dip to the VWAP and the double bottom too. Good push. Will MU break on earnings before after? Yeah, ATPC is way annoying. Way annoying. Go 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 go. Orbs pushing. That thing wanted to piss everybody off. That's what it wanted. That's what they wanted. You know. Interesting. Okay, so what does this one look like? That's a really good base, actually. 200 EMA test. Yay. Send it, send it, send it. $0.85. It does, doesn't it, Dan? Yeah, it really does. Yeah, Rob did a good job. Yeah, it works really, really well. Yeah, it's gonna be like that. It's just gonna be like that. It's gonna be like it's just one headline after the other, and the golden pocket is acting as like perfect resistance on ES or SPY. If you look at the 1 minute, that golden pocket is like, nope, you shall not pass. Is that what you were looking at, Dan? Those would have been some like perfect shorts. Some perfect shorts. Oh yeah, that's so perfect. It's almost like a triple top there now, more than that, but yup. Chaos. What's the high of the day? 87. So this last candle just hit it, Larry. Yeah, 87 cents. Yeah, that's bringing EMD down. Just you're just shopping for some options, okay? Yeah, PK, what's your question though? That's what I'm wondering, right? If you say like, is it going to do this after, like, that's a difficult question to answer. Production shutdown in Qatar, Iraq, and UAE offshore. Is that the new headline again? Honestly, just chaos, chaos after chaos. Good job. Chaos after chaos. Mm, interesting. Very interesting. Will make things better. Yes, they definitely will. AGRZ, another pop. Yeah, Bloom Energy is a beast of a stock. Beast. No, 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 no. Will it be able to make some profits as it's down from where I bought at one line and then on leverage ETF? It's at around 190. Yeah, that's why I don't like those leverage ETFs. They're nice and cheaper, but still, you can put yourself in trouble. Let's go, Jericho. Well done. Yeah, there goes EONR with the bounce. So when the markets go down, the energy plays go up, right? At the very least, you could see that it crashed and consolidated. So a lot of people were waiting for the dip on this one. Lots of people were waiting for the dip, and then same thing with TPED, right? TPED has just been at 170 and then up and then down and then up. Like if you just if you were scalping 5 cents here and there, this stock has been a good stock for those scalpies. Accounts only. Continues to decline. It's important to buy the dips, but no one knows truly the bottom. Do you recommend buying small orders at a time, at uh, a couple of thousand each dip? Yes, Shane. Yeah. No one really knows what the bottom is going to be, right? We could wake up one morning and Iran has made a deal or, something like that, right? So, yes. So yeah, it's called DCA, right? So slowly add to positions, right? Because you don't really know where the bottom is gonna be. Shane, I know you're on stream. Yeah. So if you think of like any disaster we've had, going back to 2020, 2020 was the biggest disaster we've had so far, right? In terms of like a market crash, and then followed by Trump tariffs. 2022, we had a pretty nasty crash too, but nobody really truly ever knows where the bottom is going to be, right? Because again, like we mentioned on quite a bit, like when COVID happened, like a few weeks or a month into COVID, people were still dying. Like people were dying, like a lot of people were dying, and we had no vaccines, right? But then the market decided to say, hey, thank you very much, we're gonna pump. Like we crashed 25%. Like it was a nasty dip, right? So between 20 and 30% for the S&P. And then all of a sudden, we turned around and went to all-time highs, right? Think about it. Same thing happened with like Trump tariffs, right? Like the markets were bleeding, and then all of a sudden, here we go back to all-time highs. I know, Jameson. It's been that, yeah, crazy, huh? Yep. Yeah, 2020 happened, and then things just changed. Like it almost seems like someone hit a button and time just flew. Crazy, 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 crazy. That's for sure. Crazy, crazy. Looks like the markets are rebounding again, which is nice to see, right? So we're just in a bit of a range now, up, down, up, down. Thank you, JVC. Yeah, yeah. No, it's been a damn long time. Yeah, yeah. No, the best thing to do is just DC into your positions. The good thing is you're not DCing into a penny stock. You're not DCing into trash, right? For the most part, again, like the crisis or the war will affect all the companies, but those companies will eventually come back, so that's the good thing, right? So it's not like you're buying some garbage. What do you think about the current situation? You're in at cam you're in at oof yeah, you're in at 563. Dang, I definitely don't like the current situation, but that's yeah, if it can stay above $5 here, Cam, you might have a chance, right? The difference here with every other bounce, Cam, is that it held the 200 EMA, right? The white line. This time, though, ATPC broke below, right? The importance of having those stop losses, right? Important. So this time it broke below the 500 EMA. So if like your last line in the sand is this $5 support, right? This level here, that's the level we came from this morning. So it's really important that it stays above that level. If it doesn't, then you have big issues. Let's go, Jameson. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Always and only gets better. Absolutely. Do you think entry at 95 if it close? Let me take a look. Ooh, yeah, AMD with a really nice bounce there. Same thing with the S&P. SPY really popped on that candle there. Yeah. So the range is holding up really well. Holding up really well there. Let me take a look at ORBS though. So you're saying 95 potential entry for you? I mean, it's a pretty nice comeback, but I think at this point, though, I can see what you're looking at with the golden pocket. I'd let it pop and then come back and retest the golden pocket for potential play. Free account. Yeah. I mean, if you got in cheaper, that would have been nicer, but I think you want to see a retest of the. Yeah. They keep rejecting it at that level. And funny enough, again, the golden pocket sitting right there. I wonder why then. Maybe they're not done with the scamminess. John says bullish markets next. Or to allow India to receive millions in shipment. Who knows? Who knows? Honestly, at this point, John, they're just the headlines are all over the place and they make no sense. So you can't really trust anything. Uh, yeah, because they're jerks. I agree. I don't like it anymore. Yeah, no. For now, again, as long as ATPC can stay above $5, there's still a chance. There's still a chance. There is hope, but it needs to stay above 5 though. Okay. And then this one's just stuck at 87, 88. To prevent India from the oil supply going to the yeah. So not necessarily a bullish sign for anything else. Not necessarily. You shall not pass. Yep. Yeah. I hope maybe at some point today, Dan, we can go for a run, or maybe even tomorrow. End the week, on a strong note. Yeah, because we've had some weak days. Again, I think at some point though, right, the market's gonna get tired of this rubbish and move on. I think it's a bit difficult because of oil being connected to that. Like with yeah, we'll see. And also, I just think the market makers are taking advantage of all the stuff because I think the U.S. is making monies from this oil prices going up. We just don't know what they're not telling us. We just don't know. There's something they're not telling us. Yeah, Justin. Yeah, the Fits the theme too. There goes RENX. RENX is slowly pushing up again. 1650. So again, Federalizer stocks really trying. And yeah, BIOX. Yeah, it needs more volume as well. You guys are celebrating SPY. Celebrating. Does it? There we go. A ball game. Yeah. With the yep. That's what I mean though, right, Winterfell? It's not as simple as like the US is spending $11 billion on a war, right? A week. They're making money somehow. they're making money somehow. So war is good for business and somebody's making money. I'm getting out to push. Yep. Yeah. So now you need that retest for ORBS here. And think about it though. So even that 95 breakout, it's still at 96, like it's 1 cent. Right? So it's not that big of a deal. So it does need to come back and retest. Yeah. And then if it can stay above, that'd be good. Uh, yeah, and it's back to so there. Here comes the retest, right? It's already back down there. So ORBS is definitely not out of the woods yet. Has work to do. There we go. Yeah, slow and steady, Raven. I wish that thing had a bit more volume though. Yeah, exactly. I wish it had a bit more volume. Yep. Maybe at some point today, will. And then Orbs got, yeah, so Orbs is back into the golden pocket there. So if it can consolidate and grow, then that's better. Okay. It's not today, Raven. Today they said, you know what? That's it. Ooh, there we go, guys. There we go. This has been the main one, huh? Yeah, this has been the one, AGRZ. Yeah. This has been the one, the goat of fertilizer stocks. The other ones are trying to catch up, but this has been the one. Love it. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding AGRZ. Anybody still holding this one? Yeah, this one's had all the volume. Like there's a bit of a theme, but it's had all the juice. All the juice. Let's go, Nancy. Well done. All got 86. Good job. Yes, no, not. Good job, Amy. Yeah, this has been good, right? We talked about this fertilizer theme, right? So, if the price of fertilizer is going up, maybe there's a new theme in the market, and this has been it, right? So, 132%, 62 cents. Nice, Derek. Nice. Yeah, I mean, like we talked about this quite a while ago, right? All day today. So it's been slowly running, slowly like a snail. Here comes $1. Sheesh, that is nice. Again, the sympathy plays are RENX, right? RENX, Seed, and then there's one more, right? There's EVGN as well too. So there are a few names. All the monies, virus. All the monies. All the monies. Oh, I think looks like it's gonna break $1, doesn't it? Let's go, Cole. Let's go. Let's go. $1 make you holla. Yep. No, this has been a bit of a gem. Beautiful, beautiful. I like it. Congratulations if you've been holding this. Ronnie, what's your position in that one? V looks like it's popping too. Okay. Yeah, this $1 level, people are going to take profits at that level, so be careful. My wife keeps walking into my office and asking, "How are you doing?" I responded, "What do you mean by we?" Ah. Ah. How are we doing? I responded, "What do you mean by we?" Response I got was a slammed door. Dan, what did you think? What did you think was gonna happen? What did you think was gonna happen? Ah. Dad made monies. His wife is coming to check the monies, you know? She's like, "Hey, you know what? This money is our money, right? This we marriage, we thing. Um, this is our money. How are we doing today? Are you making money?" Dad's like, "We? No, this is my monies." uh funny, funny, funny. He's joking, of course, but still funny. By the way, this is another one. So the Kuti is another one of those stocks, right? We played with this one in the past. Um, so all of these stocks are just kind of in the same boat of like, yeah, yeah, 10% to the wife. Yes, yes, yes. Dan's not getting breakfast today. No breakfast. Oh, she expects more than that. Oh my goodness. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, Dan. There's nothing wrong with that. Ah. 220. Send it, send it. When you're down, you get kicked. I live it every day, Lock. Yeah. Yep. Save my soul and brought me groceries. Yep. Yes. When you're in trouble, Dad, just text Jesus. Tell him, please, my wife is about to cook me. I need help. I need salvation. He's gonna be like, congratulations. Congratulations. Can you spell peanut butter? Yes. This thing's actually holding quite well at $1. RENX is slowly, slowly, slowly catching up to the theme. Slowly. This is such a slow theme, isn't it? Slow, 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 slow. But it's trying. So yeah, AGRZ is the leader in the agricultural like space, you know? Yes, yes, yes. Doo, 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 doo. Let me take a look at this one as well. Okay. I'm not getting involved with that exactly. There's a lot of selling going on here, though, which is to be expected for AGRZ. Great punishment and relaxing to you, Michael. Yeah. Dan's gonna be sleeping by the barbecue. He's already sleeping by the barbecue because they went on vacation last week, and Dan was trading futures. He was doing all the things he wasn't supposed to be doing, so he's already sleeping by the barbecue. So he might be sleeping by. Good thing the weather is getting warmer though. These knuckleheads. Yeah. Well, I blame Trump, Dan. Trump is the one to blame. Nobody else. Isn't it funny though, like how again, I think we need to set a reminder. End of February, Dan, we need to start getting puts right away, right? Isn't it funny how like every time when we get to the end of February into March, every single time, right? Something happens. Like they create something to crash the markets every single time. Yeah, T-Pet is on drugs. On drugs. Okay, let's give it 7 more minutes, guys. 7 more minutes, and then we'll hop off. I know we said 10 minutes like a long time ago. 7 more minutes, and we'll hop off and go back to Discord. Yeah. So this $1, unless this thing can consolidate above $1, I don't think it's ready for anything else. Alrighty. RENX is almost like taking over though, isn't it? Yeah. There's a pretty thick supply zone up there, but you can tell now that there's a bit of a theme in the market, right? And it's the fertilizer theme. Nice. That's a really good scout, Miss Tony. Well done. Yeah. Yeah, fertilizer. Isn't that what it's called? That's what it's called. What do you guys call it, Jameson? What do you think I've been saying this whole time? What do you think I've been saying this whole time? Ah, are you speaking English? You know what? Yeah. I've said that a million times today. A million times. What did you guys think I was talking about theme? Huh? Unbelievable. You see this, Pyro? There goes RENX, guys. RENX is finally catching up. So now that one's hit $1, the other one's catching up. That's how we called it in the village, you know? In the village, you're saying it a bit strange. And that's because you guys pronounce all the syllables and all the words, you know? In the village, you just give it a name, you know? Just give it a name. Good job, Brett. Good job, good job, good job. 2 cents, yeah. Good job. At least this thing finally broke out. Has a gap. You may want to fill that from December. I don't know about that, but get to 20 cents maybe. Get to 20 cents. Yeah, yeah, Raven. That's that's how we called it in the village. Yeah. You thought it was some government stuff? No. Come on, Dan. Unbelievable. Anyways, do better. Okay. That's a big supply zone, isn't it? Um, yeah, the last time it ran, it failed at 19 ish. That was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. So see if we can get some momentum going. Yeah, don't forget to smash the like, guys, if you haven't already. Smash the like, hit that subscribe if you haven't, if you're new to the channel, and if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, um, click the link at the bottom of the chat from Nightbot. Come join us. You can tell this might become a theme. Like this, we're just at the beginning stages of this. This might become a theme, just like oil stocks. Uh, yeah, so yeah, you might want to join us in Discord. So if this becomes a theme, that would be nice. Again, AGRZ is the best looking one so far, and then RENX. Kuti doesn't quite have the volume yet. Seed doesn't look like it's catching up either yet, right? But Seed is definitely one of them. So there are a few names. Yeah. Let's go, Raven. Let's go. No, absolutely, Dan. Absolutely. Having fun while making monies. Trying to make money sometimes, you know? Uh, a Rumble? Nice push. Nice push. More volume, more volume, more energy, more volume. Yeah, these two names are really, 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 looking good. Right? The fertilizer theme. Since you guys, anyways. Is Tilly another one of those stocks? I don't think so. I don't think so. There we go. AGRZ is this is the main play, right? So you can tell there's a theme coming out of this now. We only had to sit here all day, all day. I'm telling you, this is Hot Trades Monies manifesting a theme, Hot Trades Monies manifesting the theme. He's doing better. Yes. Yes, yes. I can't believe you guys called it that, Unbelievable. La, 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 la. Peanut butter. Okay. Can we get to $1.10 now too? Peanut butter. RENX. Let me. Now I need Canva. Templates projects. There we go. US. Okay, so those headlines are still coming in, I guess. I'm just looking at a new headline here. Okay. EV. There we go. Nice pop. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so $1.10 is going to be your resistance. Have a great day too, Raven. You're done? Yeah. Instead of watching all day, yeah. What's Velo at? Oh, beautiful, beautiful swing play. Yep. Still just playing with that resistance. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. And take a nap. Sounds good. Dan, sounds good. Sounds good. Mm, 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 mm. On Green Day are nice. Yeah, well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Good job. Good job. Green Days are nice. Thank you, Oscar. Adios. See you later. Dan, about the drinking water, I know, right? I usually slack with everything until I get up the stream, and then yeah. I mean, we might as well hop off now, though. So I'll get some water and some food, and then back to cooking. Yeah. Yes, yes. ATPC is still like sitting around $5. Yeah, so it's looking pretty weak, very weak. Especially now, if there is a new theme that that's being created, so those names might lose the vibes. You're welcome, Carl. You're welcome. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it looks interesting. It just needs more volume. Are you sure, Dan? Are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do that? Hmm. Are you sure? Are you sure? I don't think you want to. I don't think you want to, Dan. Don't think you want to. Otherwise, I'm bringing all the skills to Rob tonight. You know what else happened last night, guys? Like as I came on that stream, right, and some pretty suspicious things happened, and then I was like, okay, you know what? You know what? Let me just go get food. I just did my workout, did the steam room, showered, ate some food, and I came back. When I came back this time, it was even worse than it was before. You want to know what I saw when I came back that time? Oh my days, guys! There were two people on that stream. When I came back, there were two people on the dev stream. One was Rob, one was Dan. I didn't know what they were doing on there. I didn't question anything. I just said, okay, to each their own. Dan was there, so was Rob. I don't know what happened last night, Willie. I don't know what happened. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know what happened. All I know is what I saw, and what I saw was oh, unbelievable. Anyways, Dan, you better not support Rob. Otherwise, you see that? Okay, you better leave Rob alone. Let him suffer alone. Yes. Okay, we're sitting at 18 cents here for RENX. Again, it needs more volume. So AGRZ is the better stock for sure. For sure. Velo is just a beautiful, beautiful gem, Just a beautiful swing gem. You and Peter are done. I did nothing. I'm innocent, Dan. I'm just showing you what I saw last night. That's it. Don't shoot the messenger. Shoot the message. You know? I'm just the messenger here. Anyways, I'm not gonna show up to that stream tonight. uh, I'm not gonna show up. I'm getting my wife involved. Oh my days. I think it's time to go, guys. If Dan's wife shows up on stream, we're finished. We are cooked. So I think it's time to leave. Justin, BIOX, is it finally moving up? It's part of the. I think it's in the theme as well. Yeah, seed and yeah, it's part of the group as well. Actually, I forgot to add that on the list. Um, so yeah, BBO, yeah. So this is part of the list of like fertilizer stocks. Yeah, fertilizer stocks. Yep, there we go. Yeah, Justin, good job on this one. I know you've been yeah, the test of the golden pocket was really good. Yeah, so you can see like in the description of the company, right? So production of includes seeds, seed, blah 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 blah. Again, same, right? You guys can't really see that because of the comments, but same. So if this theme really takes off, that would be excellent. I think for now, the stock that's really benefited from this is AGRZ and then a bit of RENX. The other ones are still just sleeping. Like Seed hasn't done anything. Last time this happened, Seed was on fire. Like, look at this daily chart. Look at this daily chart. The last time this was a theme, yeah, Seed exploded hard. But now it's been a slacker. This we've had this theme a few times. For some reason, though, it doesn't want to take off. I mean, it is up from the bottom though, from $1 to $1.40. So it's not nothing. You're in all three, Justin? Okay. Yeah, hopefully they all take off, That would be nice. Just make sure you have a plan too, though. That's the one we looked at earlier today, Red. I think, like we said, it was like closer to 370 if it can consolidate, right? So closer to 370 if it can consolidate. Maybe give it a bit more time just to consolidate, but if it can, that'd be good. Uh, in first metals, then oil, then agriculture. It's always the path. You see again and again. Yeah, send it. We are ready. We never seem to miss any of the themes. So we were already looking at this way earlier today, right? From 40 cents all the way to $1, right? And we've been watching this thing. So, and of course the sympathy plays. So we're usually right there, waiting. Usually right there waiting. So I'm gonna put up all these themes. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of the oil theme. So the other one we mentioned was EVGN, right? So EVGN, that's another one of the theme stocks, right? EVGN, BIOX, Seed, RENX, AGRZ, and then the other ones we don't really care for. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm kidding, but those are the main ones for now. Yeah, let's go, William. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Just so you know, I just bought the premium level of. Oh my days, Lord have mercy. Why, Dan? Why? Oh my goodness. Ah. Uh, wow, wow, wow. Here comes Velo though, retesting the highs again. This has to be like one of our favorite swings, you know? One of our favorite swings. Velo. Velo, Velo. Yeah. Yeah. That 1560 is a problem though. It keeps failing there. This is just getting started, Tim. Just like the agriculture theme, you know? Here goes AGRZ for brand new highs of the day test. So yeah, I like it. This is setting up nicely going into the rest of the day, you know? E- Um, I think the problem with this one is we have resistance at $1.10, so even though it's breaking through, it's not holding yet. Not quite holding yet. That was my last trade, $1 to 110 amount of cash. Yeah, go enjoy the day, Brett. Go enjoy the day. If you're out of cash, enjoy the day. uh, hopefully Dan's wife, takes his computer away. Hopefully. The said revenge is a dish for some This I'll give you more if you want. Uh, 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 ah. Anyways, anyways, I'm gonna unsubscribe from the channel tonight when Rob goes live. You know what? Maybe we need to break Rob's car. So he can't. He's gonna have to go fix it again. This isn't business. This is personal. Ah, don't worry. Rob is not gonna show up tonight. You notice how he disappeared? Yeah, that's because we cooked him already. Rob's not gonna show up tonight. Don't worry. Anyways, 72. You should have listened. Yeah, you should have listened. Definitely should have listened. Yeah, no, the stock has been good. The breakouts have been perfect. The retest of the pockets have been good. Really, really nice run up. And seed is slowly trying here though. Like you can see green candles coming in, but just not enough to actually cause a breakout. Right. Same thing with this one, EVGN. Right, trying, just not enough for a push yet. But maybe later today. Right, we're just getting over lunchtime now, so hopefully the volume can come in. You don't want to be buying these stocks at resistance, obviously. Right? You can see the double top, right? $1.10, right? Resistance AGRZ. So don't be catching it right there. You're gonna regret it, right? You know what? You're not gonna regret Velo. Why? Because Velo is a gem, a beautiful, beautiful gem princess. Dan, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Yeah, I think Velo really wants to break out of this resistance. This is the third time now in 2 days. Third time in 2 days. Below. 15. You can do it. So I mean, you guys are gonna be. I think Rob should be on tonight around 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's usually when he goes live. 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll see. We shall see. Alrighty, guys. I think we're gonna leave it here for the day, though. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Be safe. Don't do anything crazy. Dan, go to the gym, please. Go to the gym. Go get a workout in. Don't make your wife, beat you up. Thank you, Carl. You too. Tim, see you in Discord. Bye. Caitlin, get your horses back in good health, please. Alrighty. Enjoy the day. Ramteen, see you in Discord. Last question. Maybe. The answer is maybe. uh, bye, Olga. See you later. Primo, thank you. See you later. Lizzie, see you later. Red, bye. See you in Discord. See you tomorrow, Doug. Yeah. Skunk, goodbye. See you later. Thank you, Amy. See you in Discord. Have a great day as well, Lizzie. Yeah. Chris, bye for now. Bye, Ron. See you later. Yeah, looks like Velo is gonna make a brand new high. Looks like we're gonna make a brand new high there. Let's see. Yeah, no, I like the stock. The dips have been really nice. You don't want to FOMO on the way up because it always dips, but when it does dip, those dips have been nice. Bye, Sanjay. Bye, bye, BK, Dave. Bye for now. Dead meat. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you, Shop. See you in Discord. Ah, bye, guys. See you later. Bye, bye.